someone's dog is going crazy and I'm trying to film a video. Have you ever tried to roast fish in the oven and the results ended up becoming less than spectacular? Me too. Don't worry, I found this really cool technique when I went to culinary school. It's called empapillote. So basically, you steam the fish inside of a parchment paper bag in the oven. And with all these really cool one-pan recipes coming out, I was like, what if I just roasted some potatoes and some other things around it, and then you have a whole meal? So that's what we're gonna do. All right, to get started, I'm gonna set up my quarter sheet pan. This is the perfect size for this meal. And I'm gonna add some parchment paper. This is the If You Care parchment paper. It has no petroleum products, no chlorine, totally made by well-managed forests, so I'm not worried about using lots of it, because I love, love, love to use lots of parchment paper. And then I have some new potatoes. I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil, and then some salt, kosher salt. Much easier to just sort of sprinkle through your fingers, just like that. And then some ground pepper. And then I just give it a little toss. And I'm just gonna keep this bowl because who wants to do more dishes? So I'm gonna keep this bowl because we're gonna do some tomatoes and also some asparagus. And we're just gonna oil it all in this. All right, so these are all ready to go. Now I'm gonna create a little border of potatoes right around the edge here. This will give us room for all the rest of our stuff. And it'll do a nice job sort of getting these nice and cooked. I cut them about 1/4 of an inch thick so that they all cook at the same time and they don't take forever. So my oven has been preheated to 400, it's 400, you guys. There you go. All right. So potatoes are in the oven. While that's happening, I am going to add my cherry tomatoes. Not gonna cut them, easy, easy. And oh, that one doesn't look great, girl, bye. And then we'll just do a little bit of olive oil as well. And then we are going to do a little bit of kosher salt again. A little bit of pepper. We're gonna park her right over there. She's gonna chill out. Now I'm going to start working on the fish. I'm gonna set down my cutting board. I use a little gripper thing, and I got this at like the dollar store on a roll, and it is really, really helpful for making sure that your cutting board doesn't go anywhere. And I love these cutting boards. These are from Epicurean. They're really good on your knives, and the best part is they are dishwasher safe. Now, you guys, I want to put everything I possibly can in the dishwasher. I always joke when I teach cooking classes, and I say, I would put the dogs in the dishwasher. You know, head out, no big deal, nice and fluffy. Wouldn't that be great? If someone figures that out, let me know. I'll find the room, okay? All right, so we've got our nice little trout fillet, and this is actually perfect for 2 people. So I'm going to grab my knife. Don't you just love when people put stuff away wrong in your kitchen? Anyone else? Okay. So I want to show you how to skin the fish. That's very important, and I learned how to do this when I went to culinary school, and a lot of people are afraid of it, and it's really not that big of a deal. First things first, your knife. You can totally do this with a chef's knife, but you're going to have much better success if you have a flexible knife like this guy. So I'll show you what's going on. It basically flexes when you press it down on your board instead of just being rough. And that just gives you a little bit more traction. So I'm just gonna lay that here. And then I grab my little paper towel here. Oops, my little camera upstairs cannot see what's going on. All right, there we go. Move that a little bit. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this real tight, like a little handle, and then you just cut just beyond it. And then you sort of are gonna see if you're at the skin or not. And then you just hold your little handle and then hold the blade down. So the handle is just the little back part of the fish, the little tail area of the little guy. All right, and then we're just gonna hold that, and then you basically just rock it around the blade. Rock it around the blade. And the mark of a good chef is not to leave a bunch of meat on the skin. And I think we did pretty well, so I'm not mad at it. All right, so we've got my little trout here. I'm just gonna give that a nice little cut in half. And you want to give this side a little bit more because the tail is a little bit leaner. Alrighty, ready. So that is ready to go. And what I'm going to do is a little bit of olive oil. I'm just going to do it right here on the board. There's really no reason not to. A little bit of olive oil, both sides. Dry off your fingers. Dry. Because now we're going to salt and pepper. So a little bit of salt, both sides. A little bit of pepper. Don't go crazy on the salt, but don't be cheap about it either. All right, the fish is ready to go. Now I've got the medium roasting bag, which is awesome. Okay, so here's my little fancy French trick. I'm gonna do a little splash of wine. So you could use white wine or rosé. Literally, it's like a teaspoon right on top. Perfect. This just really helps get that steam going. So just put this right towards the end. Take this other guy and lay that right in there as well. Perfect. And then here's how I like to do this. I like to fold it under the free edge, and then I like to fold it under again. And then I like to fold it under to where it's basically almost right under the fish, so the fish can actually hold that down. So that is ready to go. Let's check on our potatoes. All right, our potatoes are looking great. Now we've got our tomatoes, so we're gonna add our tomatoes right over here on the little edges. Just nestle those into your potatoes because I want all those tomato juices to kind of pop and land near the potatoes, so you just get like a nice little flavor addition, a little pop of acidic, beautiful tomato-ness. Lovely. Now we take our beautiful parchment paper bag. You can just nestle that right in there. And then we're gonna put this in the oven, and in 4 minutes, I'm gonna add the asparagus. So the cool thing is, you're really not standing around doing nothing. You put in the potatoes, then you prep your tomatoes and your fish. By the time that's ready, you add the fish and the tomatoes. We just gave these a nice little toss. By the time we finish snapping them, now we can just throw it right in the oven again. So I'm just gonna put my asparagus right over here on this other area I gave it. I'm going to bring this back to that oven, and we are going to cook. So now what do we do with all this time? Well, we could drink some of this gorgeous rosé that we just put on our fish. That sounds like a great idea. Or we could also start cleaning the kitchen so our husbands or partners or whoever we are cooking for doesn't have to do as much work, because the way it works in my house is whoever cooks doesn't have to clean. But since I went to culinary school and like worked in restaurants, I always clean as I go because that's just what you do. Oh my gosh, you guys, the timing is fantabulous. Is that a word still? We used to use that word all the time. Anyway, this is looking great. I'm so excited. Everything is just like roasted perfectly. The asparagus is great. Our little fishies are hiding in there. Oh, so the fun way to do this, you have to be very careful because steam burns are very, very scary. So I just take a little corner off the side here, and I'm just gonna cut with the scissors and just let that steam escape. And you get a perfectly cooked fish every time. Oh my gosh, amaze. Oh my gosh. That smells so good. I'm so excited. I just have to try a little potato. All right, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this technique. I'm obsessed with these roasting bags from If You Care and all their other parchment paper products. And by the way, I'm also obsessed with their dishwashing detergent. I will talk about that at a different time. But I will put a link in the description if you are excited to get a roasting bag and get cooking in your kitchen. And please let me know in the comment section when you make this, if you're gonna make it, if you like this technique. I don't know, if you like me, let me know what's going on. All right, you guys, I will see you next time. Bye.